Hello, I'm your superhero critic. When it comes to an R-rated comic going into the big screen, there's a certain flair we like to look for. Whether it be violence, nudity, sex, or anything that's actually within the comics. But most of the time, we end up not getting that sense of everything that we enjoy in said comic. And nothing is proved any wiser than that of Spawn. So we start the movie the way we start most superhero movies, with overvoiced narration.
The battle between heaven and hell has waged eternal. Their armies fueled by souls harvested on Earth. The devil Malbolgia has sent a lieutenant to Earth to recruit men who will turn the world into a place of death in exchange for wealth and power. A place that will provide enough souls to complete his army and allow Armageddon to begin. All the Dark Lord needs now is a great soldier. Someone who can lead his hordes to the gates of heaven and burn them down.
We then follow a man in a ski mask into an airport terminal. He quickly dispatches the workers and sets up a rocket launcher and blows up an airplane to Kingdom Come. He then removes his mask to reveal the main character of the movie, Al Simmons. We quickly jump into more narration.
Like him, I killed in the name of good. But the violence of my life pulled my soul towards the darkness. But I fought and freed my soul. Now I watch for others like me. Men are the ones who create evil on Earth. It is the choices they make that enslave their souls to hell.
The opening credits then start with a shitload of fire after fire, flame after flame, and all this other fire-related crap that I personally don't think we needed so much fire just within the opening credits. I mean, for God's sakes, even the typefaces are fire-related.
Nothing is wrong with fire.
And you are?
I am Reaper Rob, and you are doing a demonic-related superhero movie and didn't expect me to show up.
Okay, what's with the face paint?
The less you know, the better, so just get on with your review already.
We then jump to the villain of the movie, Jason Wynn, sitting in the dark with the second villain of the movie, Clown. The Clown is demanding that Wynn puts Al on another secret mission because they need him for a specific reason. That he will not reveal.
Why do you people always question why? Ask why. But how is so much more fun.
I can already tell I'm gonna like this guy. He gets straight to the point.
You have mental problems, don't you?
Al is picked up by his best friend Terry, and then he bitches Al out for killing bystanders as well as the intended target. I don't know what this dude's problem is. I have no problem killing innocent bystanders.
Dude, what the fuck?
Don't question my logic. Well, I didn't know we were watching the Green Lantern.
Al storms into Jason's office and demands to know why bystanders were at the airport. Jason gives the cliche answer of, oh well, no big deal, and then gives Al an ultimatum. If he goes on one last assignment, he could leave Wynn's employment. Al then makes way into the warehouse he's sent to and starts killing guards.
And looky here, once again a superhero gets betrayed by the villain of the movie. In this case, Al is covered in a clearly flammable liquid and set ablaze.
See you in hell, Al.
Al is then dragged down to hell.
The movie then jumps to a church where it zooms in on the burned man. Clown is making jokes atop the roof and then disappears. Al then meets a bunch of bums and the old man from before. The music of the movie slowly starts to increase the volume.
Is that Marilyn Manson?
You got a problem with that?
No, I don't. I actually listen to Marilyn Manson.
Good!
Al continues to stumble around the alleyway as he heads away from it. The old man warns him that his life is not the same as it was before and that he should stay in the alley. Al ignores him and tells him he has his own plans and place to live.
Al visits his home only to see it's not as it once was. Wanda has moved on and is now married to Terry. His daughter then sees him hiding in the bushes.
Oh, look at her. Can I keep her?
Pedal alert! Pedal alert! Pedal alert!
What the hell is that?
This? Oh, that's just my pedal alert.
Get these goddamn words away from me!
You have mental issues, don't you?
We do not have mental issues!
Anyway, Clown takes Spawn back to the alleyway, and after a long, disgusting, and annoyingly crappy joke-filled torment, Clown eventually takes Al on a little flashback adventure where it shows him making a deal with Malbolgia.
Dog, if you lead my army, you can see Wanda again. What is your answer? Yes! Yes, I will lead your army!
Clown then takes Spawn to a cemetery and he finally realizes the truth that he is in fact dead.
So even after all the facts were laid right in front of him, Spawn still didn't believe that he was dead.
Some people are just stupid like that.
Spawn then goes through a transformation that covers up his burnt face.
Back in the alleyway, the old man once again tries to convince Spawn that he is on the wrong team and should be fighting for heaven.
We then go to Wynn, who is discussing his big plan with his henchwench, which is to release a virus that only he has the antidote to upon the entire planet. He then does what every movie needs and blackmails Terry into doing what he tells him to by threatening Wanda's life.
We then jump to a dinner party that Spawn decides to crash.
I really hope he's gonna pay for all that glass he just broke. What? What'd I say? Spawn ends up coming face to face with Wen, letting him know that he still exists. And the unlucky henchwench meets her timely demise.
You don't have the guts.
And here we have Spawn trying to rip off Marvel Hero's shtick by climbing the walls to make his getaway before we can get the iconic Spawn pose.
After Spawn leaves, Clown and Wen come up with an insurance policy that makes it so that the virus bomb will go off if Wen ever dies.
Wait, so you're telling me if Wynn dies, so does the entire planet?
Worst
Insurance
policy
ever. Spawn then goes to the local school where his daughter goes and he has a conversation with her. The scene then leads to Clown hiding in the bleachers wearing a cheerleader's outfit.
Funny, he's our man. If you can't kill him, no one can. Yay, funny. S to the P to the A to the 1. S to the P to the A to the 1. Goes funny.
That is the most disturbing thing I have ever seen.
That looks like Rosie O'Donnell and Jabba the Hutt both had a kid. That's one ugly motherfucker.
Yeah. Back in the alleyway, Spawn saves the homeless kid Zach from his abusive father for not wanting to eat rotten food.
That reminds me of what I did to my dad.
And that would be...
Decapitation!
Remind me not to invite you to any of my parties.
Wynn's surgery is then proven to be a success as Clown decides to watch everything on TV while dipping worms in mayonnaise. We then jump back to the alleyway where Clown is now demanding Spawn work for the devil and kill Wynn. Spawn says on his own terms, and Clown tries to kill Zack and Spawn's dog. When Spawn retaliates, Clown shows his true form.
I'm not the vindicator, or the victimizer, or the vaporizer, or the mind vader. I'm the violator!
After a lot of wasted bullets and church destroying, the Violator knocks Spawn into a way too spiked fence. Y'all couldn't be any more obvious about the Spawn is a savior like Jesus symbolism, could ya?
Don't mention him around me!
Okay.
Spawn is then given two choices by Cagliostro. He can either forget everything and move on or pursue Clown. Spawn chooses to go after Clown. Cagliostro then tells him his guns will not work against Clown, and we get to the movie's short training montage of Spawn learning how to control his suit.
Go!
After committing GTA, Spawn starts a car chase down a clearly abandoned highway with Clown driving a truck.
I prefer blood and guts in the morning.
I swear to God, you are so fucking mental.
The car chase then ends with a massive explosion as Spawn wraps the bike in his cape.
Guys don't look at explosions. They blow things up and then puff away.
We then jump to Terry, who has figured out Wen's plan, and Wen quickly breaks in and puts him and Wanda at gunpoint. Clown joins the fray and they quickly disperse when Spawn shows up.
Spawn walks into Wanda tied into an altar like a chair. Wen wastes no time in killing Wanda. Spawn, pissed off, goes to kill Wen only to learn,
If my heart stops, then the virus is released and everybody in the world dies.
Spawn chooses to take the device out of Wen and destroy it instead. Clown then reveals that he was pretending to be Wanda and is bitching and whining that the apocalypse will not happen. So he decides to drag Spawn and the old man down to hell.
In My Home Sweet Home, Spawn saves Cagliostro's life, and it looks like he finally got rid of the Violator. The devil is now pissed at Spawn, saying he will kill him if he doesn't work for him. That quickly doesn't go the devil's way.
Spawn gets back to Earth, and while the hero catches his breath, he tells the old man that Terry and Wanda belong with each other, and now that he is demonic, it all seems over until... I swear, this fucking villain is harder to kill than goddamn cockroach on steroids.
While the Violator has a hold of Spawn, Spawn uses his suit to gash holes into his body.
Violator finally dies in a puddle of goo.
You'll pay for this!
Give my regards to your boss. Tell him he's next.
Terry then decides to tell the world what is really going on with Wen, and the movie ends with more narration.
Spawn has stopped Malbolgia's plans to destroy the Earth. The choice has been made.
For now.
So now that the movie's over, will you leave me alone?
I will forever haunt your dreams.
Okay, anyway, there you have it. That was Spawn. I personally think it could have been better if it was actually rated R, but hey, what the hell, I'm just a critic. I don't make the movies. Still think it would be better if it was rated R. I don't know, just throw in a little bit of booby, throw in a lot more killing. I don't know, it's just me. But anyway, I'm your superhero critic. And I'm gonna see if I can get this guy some counseling.